Welcome to Real Reviews. This week we have The Turning, based on the classic novel Turn of the Screw.
Turn of the Screw?
Yeah, it's probably one of those ones that's like 300 years old that nobody cares about anymore.
Never even heard it.
Exactly.
Can't even be a classic. If
Yeah.
old Josh Gruber has not heard of it.
Yeah. So this one is about a young girl who goes to nanny slash teach slash tutor this other young girl. She's like 10, 7, 8 years old or something like that. But her parents died in a tragic accident, so it's her and her old caregiver there.
Yeah.
And this tutor, and then the brother of Finn Wolfhard comes home from school early.
Yeah, so you find out he gets expelled. And throughout, I guess, the movie, the start of the movie, the girl, the nanny, she visits her mom in a mental hospital, which does not play into this movie at all.
No.
And throughout this entire movie, I was on the hook. I was wondering, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, why are these kids so crazy? This house looks like it should be like a Resident Evil movie should be shot in it because the house was so massive.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, hey, the boy's obviously evil. Maybe the girl's good. What's going on? Because she does help the caretaker out halfway through the movie. But man, this movie ends, and when it ends, it just ends.
But in the first half, it wasn't bad. I'm like, okay, it's just a little slow going, but it might turn around at the end. But then it's steadily got like worse and worse. Like when ghosts show up, I thought they looked kind of stupid. They look like these vapor.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were, but the ending was just so awful because it just happens, and they didn't allude, like 90% of the movie didn't allude to the fact that that ending should have happened.
Yeah.
Wasn't a hint, wasn't anything like that. It's like they
Right.
tried to pull the fast one over our eyes, and it just
Only
ended
the
up being
fast one
stupid.
was just completely out in left field, and we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Like I said, it left me on the hook, wondering what was going on, and I kept going back and forth. Oh man, maybe it's this. Oh, maybe that old lady's in on it. Like
Yeah,
the old
what's the
cook.
mystery behind these ghosts, you know?
Yeah, and like they have so many, they throw so many things at you about like the gate, like the front gate to
Yeah.
the property. They're throwing all these things at you about the west wing of the house. You're like, man, all this stuff, like, it sounded so good.
It
And like
had
I said, it
nothing
kept
to
me on
do
the
with
hook.
anything.
And then this ending came out of nowhere. And literally the last 2 frames is a shot of and then a shot, and then it's done. And I was like, I looked at Kurt because I was like, you're waiting for like the next scene to pop up, and because it's dark, right? And then the theater lights come on, and you're like, no. And the credits are rolling, and it shows like some things going on behind the credits. You're like, okay, maybe this is part of the story. No. I don't get this movie at all.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, by the end, the score just kept getting lower and lower. As I was watching it, then it hit the end. I was like, burp.
When I say it was keeping me on the hook, not at all am I implying that this movie was ever around a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. When I say it was keeping me on the hook, it was keeping me on the hook from being bored. So like automatically halfway through this movie, I was like, oh, this is a solid 5. I was thinking, but that ending came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing. What the heck? It was based in like the 90s. I'm like,
Yeah.
why?
Another one of those scary movies where it takes place and it looks older than it is.
Well, like you're in this old. Why didn't you just do it in like the 1800s when it was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Or like, why the 90s?
But you just
so
have
they
this-
could have a
you have this-
stupid soundtrack thing. This stupid music this girl kept listening to. I was like, oh, we get
she
it.
only
We
listened
get
to
it,
2
Lilith
songs,
Fair.
But it wasn't an iPod. The iPods weren't out back then.
She had a Walkman. She did. I was watching. But I'm like, why the 90s? It didn't add anything. There's so many things that just didn't add to the actual story.
Yeah.
There's got to be more in this book than meets the
Oh,
eye.
I don't even know if I want to read the book
I don't want it
now.
because it's probably all filled with thous and here arts and,
Here art thou.
you know, all that kind of garbage.
Yeah.
Nix the Turning. Don't even go see it. It was just like Josh said, just an awful, awful ending that just ruins any semblance of a good movie
Yeah.
that this one was clinging to begin with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 2.
like I have a feeling people are going to be intrigued into like what we're talking about.
Don't.
Don't watch this movie. Do not watch this movie. Maybe just like Google or YouTube the ending to this movie to see what we're talking about. Because if you watch this movie, you're just going to get as upset as we are. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 1.
There you go. Turning nay.
Yeah.
Get out of here is right. Go check out our Facebook page and you can find out how you can get entered to win $30 to Original Joe's. And at Original Joe's, everyone's welcome, even minors.